necesitas, solo quiero que tú seas mía. Quiero hacértelo, la luna yo te bajaré, mi corazón te lo daré, conmigo vas a enloquecer. Yo quiero estar contigo. Oye, déjame curarte este mal de amores. Me duele verte llorar. Oye, él te trata mal, yo te traigo flores. Dame una oportunidad. Oye, él no te quiere, no sabe cuidarte. Oye, yo tengo un mundo para darte. Yo solo quiero cuidarte. Oye, mueve la cintura. Oye, que seas mía toda la vida. Solo eso quiero.
A speedy welcome to the show for everyone. This is SPEEDy Sports on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM Makudi, where we bring the moments of your life. And I am Benjamin Kuji. Today is SPEEDy Sports Extra Time, and it's also Champions League night. And if you have been following us during this program, we've talked a lot about extra time. So today we want to test your knowledge a little bit about the extra time. We've talked about extra time. We've talked about the various forms of extra time that have existed. We've talked about the golden goal rule. We've talked about sudden death and others. So today we want to ask the question. Does the Champions League knockout stage, does it normally end in, if the two teams eventually level on aggregate after 90 minutes, will it end in extra time, or how do they decide that? That is what we want to actually talk about today, because today is extra time, Speedy Sport Extra Time. So what is your take on that? But before we start picking your calls, let me just give the calls, then we'll take one or two sporting news, then we'll come back, we'll pick your calls. Today, our studio line has always remained the same, 0808 427 5464. I'll take it again, 0808 427 5464. When we take these short stories, we'll just come back and pick your calls immediately. So our first story here, Senegal has lodged an official protest with the Confederation of African Football, CAF, strongly opposing the decision to include Tunisia in the upcoming Under-20 AFCON, citing a breach of regulations and a threat to sporting integrity. I don't know what, I saw this news and I was like, because we all know that to qualify for a competition, you have to qualify through the preliminary qualification or by being a host. Tunisia is not a host. Tunisia didn't qualify from their region, and during the draws, all of a sudden we saw the name of Tunisia as part of they are going to play the competition. And I don't know why Senegal was the only nation to come out boldly to condemn it, and they're actually saying that that they can take this up to the Court of Arbitration for Sport, because according to the Senegalese Football Federation, FSF, they expressed outrage over Tunisia's participation in the tournament, which will take place in Egypt from 26th April to 18th of May. And why are they actually angry? Because it has never been done anywhere before. And if you know, if you've been following African football, a lot of countries have been complaining about Tunisia, that CAF has always been favoring Tunisia. So that is that about that. The next news we have here is NFF denies owing late Christian Chukwu the sum of $128 million before his death. NFF are also saying during Amaju's Punic time as the NFF president. He set up a committee to check all the list of the former coaches which the NFF are actually indebted to, and they did that and they cleared all the salaries and monies that were owed to these coaches. And they are challenging anybody that have any verifiable document to prove that NFF is owing not just Christian Chukwu, any other coach that has, or any person that have worked with the NFF, they should bring it forth. I think that is nice one from NFF. So back to our topic of discourse. Extra time. Is there extra time in the Champions League knockout? Because if some of us don't know, maybe at the end of the day we will discuss that and say if it is. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag. Our call number is 0808 427 5464. I'll take it again. 0808 427 5464. Like we said, today is Champions League. There are going to be a lot of matches today. 2 matches today, and Borussia Dortmund are going to play Barcelona. Barcelona hammered them 4-0. The same thing applies to Aston Villa. Aston Villa are playing at home against PSG. They lost away 3-1, and this time they are coming home. Then also tomorrow there will be Inter Milan against Barcelona against Bayern Munich. Inter Milan won away 2-1, and Arsenal against Real Madrid. No, Real Madrid against Arsenal, because Real Madrid will be playing at home. Arsenal won 3-0. Let's assume that all of these matches, apart from that of Inter Milan, which Inter Milan is playing home, I take it that Inter Milan has already qualified. For me, I just take it like that. So let's take it that all of these matches end up the aggregate is that it is a draw after 90 minutes. What will happen? You can pick up your phone and call us and tell us what you think will happen. Is there extra time, or are they going to penalty straight, or what do you think? Our studio line is 0808 427 5464. I'll take it again. 0808 427 5464. So, what do you think about this extra time after aggregate? And because of the Champions League that is going on today, it's going to be a very tough one. For like tomorrow, Arsenal are taking on Real Madrid, and Real Madrid are actually talking tough, because Arsenal actually defeated Real Madrid 3-0 in at the Emirates Stadium. And Real Madrid are saying that they can do it. They have done it before. They can do it. So in case these very scores will end after aggregate 3-3, what will happen? And you can also call to tell us your greatest comeback of all time in the Champions League. You can also tell us that your greatest comeback, because there are going to be some pretty tough matches. Borussia Dortmund are 0-4 down against Barcelona. Can they come back? Same thing, Aston Villa against PSG. Aston Villa are 3 down to PSG. They had just 1 goal. Imagine that this game ends in a 3-goal, that is after aggregate, it's all square. What will happen? Call us on our studio line 0808 427 5464. I'll take the number again, 0808 427 5464. You can also be a part of the show when you comment on our Facebook handle. When you comment on our Facebook handle, I will read your comments here live. Our Facebook handle is Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM Makudi. If you comment there, I'll be here to read your message live. So that is a Champions League game that have ended in extra time. Can you remember any Champions League game that have ended in extra time? There are quite a number of them, and it's always very, very interesting. Like the game, if you remember, Chelsea versus Real Madrid. Yes, that game was very, very interesting match where in the first match, Chelsea won 3-1, and in the second match, Real Madrid, Chelsea was winning 3-0. And Real Madrid came back from behind, and during extra time, Real Madrid won the match. After extra time, you know what we talk about when we say extra time, you know what we mean. So, what is your take on that? Call our studio line on 0808 427 5464. 0808 427 5464. So there is something that used to happen before some rules were changed in the Champions League. There's what they used to call the away goal rule. When game are square, they use the away goal rule to determine who proceed to the next round, especially this knockout round. And that rule has been shoved aside. I think it was in the 2019. Okay, I think we have a call. Hello? Oh, I think we lost that one. Please, you can call back our studio line on 0808 427 5464. 0808 427 5464, and tell us what will happen in the Champions League if they all end up in aggregate after 90 minutes. What will happen? That is what we want to know. We want to test your knowledge on extra time. We've talked about extra time on Tuesdays on Speedy Sports. We normally discuss Speedy. It's normally called the Speedy Sport Extra Time. Everything we talk about on Tuesday have to do with the extra time, and we've given you enough of lessons on extra time. So what do you think? What do you know about extra time? You can call us and tell us on our studio line on 0808 427 5464. 0808 427 5464. So, like as I was saying, the rule of the away goal rule was changed in 2001 and 2002 season, where formerly once you go outside, you the away match and you score an away goal, even when you come back home and you play a goal, a draw or an aggregate, it's a draw on aggregate, you tend to progress because of the away goal rule. That rule has been killed, so to speak. So what is the current rule? That is what we are asking. What is the current rule? Call us and tell us what you feel about this. Hello? It's like our network is actually giving us some little problem. You can still keep calling. You can keep calling, please. Keep calling. Don't give up. Keep calling and it will definitely go through. Our studio line is 0808 427 5464. 0808 427 5464. Hello? Oh, we lost that one again. The network is actually fluctuating. Keep your calls. Hello?
Hello. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Oliver Nike, better known as Busy Brain, the king of sports.
Busy,
In Abenga here in the lady.
Busy Brain, you're welcome.
Yes, sir. Sorry for asking. I'm aware I'm not with my radio currently.
Okay,
Can you please help me with the topic?
Okay, Busy Brain, the Champions League knockout stage, does it normally end if all teams play aggregates, left their level on aggregate after 90 minutes? Will it end in extra time or what?
Aggregate. For example, Arsenal won this in Real Madrid 3-0 in their home.
Yes, then Real Madrid, going back to Real Madrid played another 3-0.
Yes, it will go into extra time.
Extra time.
Yes.
And if it's after extra time is still draw?
Yes, after extra time is still draw, then they will play penalty.
Good. Okay.
So for the game tonight again, Barcelona and Borussia Dortmund, I'll still give the match to Barcelona because Barcelona are ready to surprise us. And even PSG Aston Villa, I see PSG winning Aston Villa.
Okay. PSG is still winning Aston Villa.
Yes, even at Villa Park, PSG will still win.
How are you sure about that?
Very optimistic because of what Dembele is doing. That young man is just winning just on his name.
Okay, all right. After the game, I'll call you.
No problem, sir. I'm with you.
Okay.
Even tomorrow we will talk about the Arsenal Real Madrid.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. That is Busy Brain. He said after the game end in aggregate, their level on aggregate, it will go into extra time. Hello. Oh, please keep your calls coming. You can call us on our studio line 0808 427 5464. 0808 427 5464. When a match in the Champions League knockout stage, I'm talking about the knockout stage, ends in they are all level on aggregate, what will be final decision? Hello? Yes. What is your name and where are you calling us from?
Morning, sir.
Morning now. As if that one they are just playing. Okay, as we are saying, this is a serious business, please. When you call, be very, very serious. Hello? Yes.
Good evening.
Good evening. What is your name and where are you calling us from?
I'm Daniel from Yadovila.
Okay. Daniel, once at the Champions League knockout stage, when the game is level on aggregate after 90 minutes, what happens next?
I think the rules of soccer are the same. They are not changed. What happened previously was an aberration. I put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
So I think when the level up, they will go into extra time. After that, if there is still the game is still in statement, they will go into penalty shootout.
Okay, but yeah, I hope you heard that UEFA are talking about changing that rule.
For now, it has not changed.
Okay, so what do you say about Real Madrid, Arsenal? Borussia Dortmund, Barcelona, PSG, Aston Villa.
I have seen a very tough matches, but the best sides will usually come out victorious. In tournaments at this stage, we
lost him. Please, you can call back. You have not actually finished your point, so you can call back. Call us on our studio line on 0808 427 5464. 0808 427 5464. It's like no. Okay. The Champions League. We're actually talking about the Champions League. If the matches. Hello.
Good evening, sir.
Evening. What is your name and where are you calling us from? Oh, we lost that one again. Please, you can keep your calls coming. Hello. Oh, the network is like we're having a network glitch. So Just keep your calls coming in. Our studio line is 0808 427 5464. Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. What is your name and where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Naka Road. My name is Mr. Emmanuel.
Okay, Mr. Emmanuel. After a game's end at 90 minutes and both teams are level on aggregate in this Champions League knockout stage, what happens next?
If both teams are level on aggregate, there's an extra time of 30 minutes.
Extra time of 30
minutes. And if
minutes.
they are still level at that level, after the extra time, they are still on the same distance, then they go into penalty shootout. First 5 penalty shootout. And after the first 5, if they are still level, each player will start taking the penalty. It becomes the game of death. Whoever loses at that point.
It's like you know your football laws very, very well.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
You guys are doing a great job.
All right, thank you very much. How about Aston Villa PSG? What will you say? Borussia Dortmund, Barcelona.
We don't need much to say now, but Dortmund are gone now. How are they going to come back from a 4-goal?
In football, everything is possible.
They cannot. Even Madrid fans that are making the noise about overturning us 3-0, they are just consoling themselves. By 9 o'clock tomorrow, or 9:30 or 10, you will know. We Madrid fans will still be crying. You see, Arsenal, it has been very difficult scoring them. Check all the matches they have played in this Champions League now.
Yeah.
How many people have been able to score them 3 goals?
Okay.
They have the strikers. Real Madrid have all the strikers. Yes. How about the defense?
That is their major problem.
That's the defense. Rodiger, who? Arsenal too. There's no way they are going to score them 3 goals without them scoring a goal.
Okay, that's your belief. How about Aston Villa PSG?
Aston Villa, it's not going to be easy for Aston Villa. PSG will win. If they don't win, they will draw. It's the same PSG that edged out Liverpool, remember?
But
Liverpool is a stronger team than this team. They are used to England now. They've come to England and have achieved something. They will boost their morale.
But I was checking some statistics about greatest comebacks of all times, and most of them I've seen in the Champions League.
The doctor on my side is not clear again.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for calling. What I was saying was I was going through some greatest comebacks in the Champions League history, and surprisingly, most of the results I saw has been against PSG. I don't know why they are so poor when it comes. They'll go out, do their first match, they do very well. When they come back, go away, then it's just a poor result. So you can be a part of the show when you call our studio line on 0808 427 5464. I'll take it again, 0808 427 5464. Today is we are talking extra time, and today is extra Speedy Sport extra time. So we just merge everything. Is going very, very, very well. Speedy Sport extra time on Tuesday is Speedy Sport extra time, and today we are talking extra time. Hello. We lost him again. Please keep your calls coming. The studio line is 0808 427 5464. 0808 427 5464. If you are just joining us, this is Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM Makudi, and this is Speedy Sports on Asking Radio, and the show is extra time, and what we are discussing is after 90 minutes in the Champions League knockout stage, and the game ends in the game is level on aggregate. What would you say will happen? That is what we are actually talking about today. It's like our time is far spent, so let's just take some some matches that will be played today. Of course, we know the matches that are going to be played today. Aston Villa will be playing PSG. Borussia Dortmund will be playing Barcelona. Aston Villa are actually playing at home. They are 1 goal down, 3 goals down. They scored just 1 goal. And Borussia Dortmund were hammered by Barcelona 4 goals to nil. Sorry. Tomorrow is going to be Real Madrid against Arsenal. And Arsenal beat Real Madrid 3 goals to nil. Inter Milan against Bayern Munich. Inter Milan beat Bayern Munich 2 goals to 1. I think for now this is where we call the show a day. And tomorrow I'll be right here to give you more on Speedy Sports. I'll see you tomorrow. My name is Benjamin Kuji. Have a nice day.
This is
Asking Radio 98.5 FM.
Oye, déjame curarte este mal de amores. Me duele verte llorar. Oye, él te trata mal, yo te traigo flores. Dame una oportunidad. Él te jura un falso amor, es un abusador. Juega con tu corazón, sabes decir que no. La ilusión, ni el tiempo ni la razón. Oye, déjame curarte este mal de amores. Me duele verte llorar. Oye, él te trata mal, yo te traigo flores. Dame una oportunidad. Tu cuerpo y el mío juntitos bailando. Felices gozando.